Players are already paid too much. If a fan is set on seeing baseball, they'll find a way. That just might mean packing the car and heading to the minor leagues.
Yeah, we've gotten more fans calling the offices, asking for ticket information, when we're going to be in town, especially on the weekend. You know, some Chicago fans have been calling us. So we anticipate an increase in attendance over the next couple of weeks.
Now, it won't take long to figure out if there is any local impact from the Major League strike. The Hawks play at the Cove tonight, beginning at 6 o'clock, with the completion of a previously suspended game with Kane County. Well, imagine waking...
Baseball players are on strike, and there's no joy in Mudville or any other baseball city. But all hope is not lost. Labor and management went back to the bargaining table today. For the latest on how talks are going, we go to CNN's Mark.
The end of this afternoon. Jeff.
Lou, this is what it's all about. This is the way, well, maybe this is the way baseball used to be. Folks not making a whole lot of money, playing for the love of the game, for a shot at the show. Let's take a look at Stanley Coveleski Field here in South Bend, Indiana. Indeed, the Midwest League, single-A ball. You can afford the beer here. You can afford to park your car here. I don't know if some of these players can afford to play here. They don't make a whole lot of money. Let's take a look in the batting cage right now. That's number 28 in there. That's Greg Norton. He's a third baseman for the South Bend team, and he makes $950 a month. I guess that's a far cry from some of his major league brethren, but we're joined by a couple of folks here who are not making a whole lot more than that. I'm with Julio VINAS, who is a catcher for South Bend. You make, I'm told, $1,350 a month. Yeah. You have any sympathy for those guys making all that money in the big leagues?
Well, you know, they deserve every penny. You know, it's hard to do what we do, you know, and they're very good at it. That's why they're in the major leagues.
Would you be on strike if you were in the major leagues today?
I'd stick with my teams, yes, with my teammates. I'd be on strike also.
So sympathy is with the players?
I really don't know the whole issue of what's going on, but I mean, you know, we have an association, and you're going to stick with your association.
Gotcha. Julio, thanks very much. Appreciate it. I'm also with Hank Tagle, who's a relief pitcher out here. Aspires to be the Dan Quisenberry, the Dennis Eckersley. Sympathy for the players?
Sympathy for both the players, owners, and most of all the fans. They're the ones that come out here and pretty much pay everybody's paychecks, and they're the ones that are losing out. I think both the owners and the players do have to come and meet the terms, maybe give and take a little bit to get this thing all taken care of.
Okay, we'll hope they do.
Yeah.
Good deal. Thanks a lot, Hank. I appreciate it. I want to get away without talking to the man who is the GM of this team, the South Bend Silverhawks, John Tull. What about minor league ball? Does it get a boost because of the strike?
Oh, I think so. You know, minor league baseball is alive and well, especially here in South Bend, Indiana with the Silverhawks. And minor league baseball has been setting records year after year in attendance, and there's over 150 cities in this country right now where you can go see baseball. There's professional baseball being played right here as we speak.
What do those seats behind you cost if I want to buy one of those seats up there?
Oh, the blue box seats here at Coveleski are $6, reserve seats are $4, and general admission's $3. So it's quite a bargain.
What do I pay for a beer?
Oh, you can pay $2 for a 16-ounce cold draft.
And parking?
Parking's $2.
Jeez. Sounds good. Sounds good. You have any sympathy for those GMs in the big leagues and the owners in the big leagues who are in the midst of this right now?
I'll tell you what, I'm a baseball fan, and I'm sick about the strike as well. So let's just get this thing over with. In the meantime, let's enjoy minor league baseball.
We intend to do that for the balance of the evening. Thanks a lot, John Tull, and thanks to the ball players. We will be out here at Coveleski Field, Stanley Coveleski Field, named perhaps, some of our older viewers perhaps may remember Stanley Coveleski, great pitcher with the Chicago White Sox. The stadium is named after him, and we'll have baseball here tonight. No Major League Baseball, but baseball, professional baseball nonetheless. We'll bring it to you live later this evening. For now, Jeff Block, CNN, reporting live from South Bend, Indiana.
Democrats.
Even the players, many losing tens of thousands of dollars a day, are angry. There's no joy anywhere in this first full day of the 1994 baseball strike, but there is just maybe a glimmer of hope that the season can be saved. Owners and players' reps started talking again today. CNN's Gary Tuckman is in New York.
Are you bringing anything specific to the table today?
In Indiana, for instance, where the Silverhawks will take on the Kane County Cougars. As Jeff Phlox is here to tell us right now, strike or no strike, the minor leaguers are still slugging it out. Jeff?
Ernie, this is what baseball is all about. Maybe this is what baseball used to be. A bunch of folks playing baseball, not making a whole lot of money. Folks interacting closely with the fans. We're in downtown South Bend, Indiana. It's kind of a small major league ballpark. If you take a look downtown, you can see some of the big buildings in South Bend. And if we pull our camera back, we reveal Stanley Coveleski Field. A lot of our old viewers maybe remember Stanley Coveleski was a great pitcher for the White Sox, and I'm with a man who has devoted his entire life to baseball, both professional and all sorts of baseball. Coach, what about it, minor league baseball, is it that makes it special?
I don't know. You know, again, I guess we could be corny. I'm not an author or anything like that, but you've heard people refer to it as a little bit of Americana. It's a kind of romance. It's a tough life. It's not an easy life by any stretch of the imagination. As you said before, the guys are not paid extremely well. They have to scrimp from paycheck to paycheck. But there's just something about minor league baseball that, in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, I guess, kind of outstrips big league baseball.
Any sympathy for folks making millions of dollars on strike?
Well, you know, there are several ways to look at things, I guess, and they all feel as if they have a reason for being on strike, or the owners have their reasons, the players have their reasons. You know, the people that you really feel the worst for, I guess, are the fans and the support people, the people that sell the hot dogs and park the cars and provide the security and all of that. Those people are without jobs right now. They have nothing, whereas I suppose the owners and the players both have enough to get by for a while anyway.
Coach, I appreciate the perspective. Thanks very much. We want to get to some ball players' perspective. Now, here's a man, I'm told, who makes $950 a month. Have you got any sympathy for people making $5 million a year?
I don't have any sympathy. I think it's a little overrated. The amount of money shouldn't be a matter when you love the game, to play the game, you know. To me, I could play the game for $950 or $700. The amount, I think,
sounds like a man who used to make $700 a month.
It shouldn't be a factor. I think if you love the game enough, whether you're making $3 million or $1.5 million, you're still, you know, doing your job, and that's what you should be happy doing, you know. Out on the field, as we watch behind you, the Kane County Cougars are taking infield practice, and this is single-A baseball. Yeah. And what I hear you saying there is that you're happy to play this game, and if you were playing in the big leagues, which I take it someday you hope to do, you might not be on strike right now. No, if I was in the big leagues, I wouldn't be for the strike. To me, I could play and be making the minimum. I would be happy with the minimum, you know, and that's what I would do, you know. Good. Well, listen, I appreciate it. Right. Good luck to you. Hope you never get in a situation where you need to go on strike. Okay. But for now, $950 a month. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it. Kane County Cougars tonight and the South Bend Silverhawks, White Sox and Marlins farm teams. We will be here throughout the evening, give you a little feel for what minor league baseball is like. Right now, it's the only game in town. For now, I'm Jeff Flock, CNN, reporting live from Stanley Coveleski Field in South Bend, Indiana.
Thanks very much, Jeff. And we remind you, our viewers, that tonight at 8:30 Eastern Time, a CNN special
is alive and well.
Terry McFadden joins us live from Coveleski Stadium with the latest. Terry?
Well, Mark and Maureen, the Silverhawks are just about to get underway. They're starting early tonight because they're making up a suspended game, and then they will play another game with Kane County right after they complete this first game. As you can see, fans are starting to come into the stadium. They're expecting another big crowd tonight, but the crowd will be much larger than you would imagine. In fact, it goes far beyond the great walls of this great stadium. The grounds crew was out earlier than usual, and they had company. CNN began stringing cable around the Cove this morning for a series of live shots that began late this afternoon.
Sympathy for the players?
Sympathy for...
With all the minor league ballparks in the country, why did CNN choose this one?
This is Middle America. This is a great place. The Midwest League, to me, really symbolizes what Middle America is about, what baseball is all about. It's just a great venue, and this, of course, is a great stadium for baseball.
Flock says he hopes to show America that the heart and soul of the nation's pastime remains somewhat pure and innocent, and that there are big differences between up there and down here.
This is almost what baseball used to be. No big salaries. Guys making $1,000 a month. You can get a beer for $1.50. You know, you can park for free a lot of times. This is what, you know, it's really all about. The players interact with the fans. That doesn't happen in Major League Baseball.
Meantime, the Silverhawks couldn't be happier about the national spotlight shining on South Bend.
Great exposure for the Silverhawks, for the city of South Bend, for Coveleski Stadium,
for minor league baseball, for the whole Midwest League, you couldn't ask for better exposure, and we're just happy to oblige them. You know, it's not very often they get national media attention, and it's too bad that it has to be this way with the strike and everything like that, but we'll take whatever we can get.
To put this into perspective, those live cut-ins that Jeff Flock has been doing for CNN is being seen in 106 countries. And Tull says there has never been this type of media attention here in South Bend for the Silverhawks. The Chicago Tribune's been in town, the Sun-Times has been in town, as well as CNN.
Terry, will the strike and all this attention result in more interest in the Silverhawks?
Absolutely. In fact, Tull was telling me that he's had several phone calls from organizations in the Chicago and areas in northwest Indiana who had planned bus trips to Chicago Cubs and White Sox games, and because of the strike, they want to buy tickets and send the buses down here to see the South Bend Silverhawks right here in Coveleski Stadium. Well,
and that, of course, is good for all of Michiana.
Absolutely.
Okay, Terry, thanks a lot. Well, for fans of America's pastime,
Get outrageous in the next 5 years.
I hope they'll have the playoffs in the World Series. I'm pretty sure they will. It's been the first time, if not, it will be the first time in 91 years that they haven't had a World Series.
Well, major league players may be on strike, but the minor leaguers are still taking to the field. In fact, the strike could be quite a boost to them by drawing more fans. CNN's Jeff Flock is at one of those games now in the Midwest League in South Bend, Indiana. Jeff?
Bobby, if you've never been to a minor league baseball game, you ought to make time for it. We're at what they call the COVE. This is Stanley Coveleski Stadium here in South Bend, Indiana, where at this moment we're in the bottom of the ninth, wouldn't you know it, and it's 6-4. The South Bend Silverhawks lead the Kane County Cougars. Single-A baseball. This is the way baseball should be, the way it always was. Folks not making a whole lot of money, playing for the love of the game. And we've got some fans here, I know that are watching. What do you think, Dad? Is this as good as Major League Baseball?
Right now it's better because they're playing and Major League is not.
I know your son there. Did you know there was a strike in Major League Baseball? Did you know there was a strike?
No.
You didn't even know there was a strike? What do you like about minor league ball?
Food.
Really? Good deal. Okay, well, a little camera shy down there, but that's okay. Let's take a look around the stadium if we can. I want to give you a little bit of a feel for it. You can see perhaps the game in action out there on the field, bottom half of the ninth inning. Exciting baseball. This is not Major League Baseball, but right now it's just about the only game in town. And you know what? The other thing is they have skyboxes. You wouldn't think of that, but in minor league baseball there are skyboxes too here at the Cove. Folks enjoying the game there. And then maybe eventually we'll get back inside. We talked to some of the ball players earlier. Some of the players here make as little as $950 a month. The seats here, $4 on average to get a seat here at Stanley Coveleski Stadium. You can get a beer for $2. And back inside here now, I'll tell you one thing I want to do before we get away, and that is give you a feel for all of the minor league teams that are out there. Stike, maybe we can show them. I don't know. What are we looking at here, Barry? We got Barry Burns. Who are these caps? Who's the guy with the eyes?
Yeah, Chattanooga Lookouts, the AA team of the Cincinnati Reds.
Chattanooga Lookouts. What do we got here?
These are the Quad City River Bandits. They're in the Midwest League.
We got a corn stalk with a ball coming out of it. What's that one?
The Cedar Rapids Colonels.
Many, many teams here in minor league baseball. You see them on down the line. Minor league baseball alive and well in America. That's the latest from here from Stanley Coveleski Stadium. I'm Jeff Flock, CNN, reporting live from South Bend, Indiana.
All right, Jeff.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about a strike. It doesn't appear to be a strike out here. We're in the Midwest League, and everybody is playing. They're not making a whole lot of money here in the Midwest League. In fact, if we take a look, let's see who's up. That's number 28. Let's see if I can find out who that is. That's a guy by the name of Greg Norton. He is a third baseman for the South Bend Silverhawks, and he makes $950 a month. I don't know how he'd feel about a strike, but I know that some of the fans in the stands here have some opinions. Phil is a man who has an opinion about most everything. Whose side are you on, Phil, when it comes to a strike in Major League Baseball?
I'm on the side of the fans. I think overall the whole thing is a predictable game between the owners and the players. They're not thinking about the players. I don't really expect them to anymore. Whenever they come into the contract, they go on strike, they play their game, they say we're not getting anywhere. They'll fight it out, and we'll watch real baseball in the meantime.
This is real baseball out here.
Looks like it to me. It's a fun place to come. We enjoy it.
I got to ask Brad behind you here, what do you like about minor league ball? What do you like about the South Bend Silverhawks?
This is the first time I've been here. It's nice to bring the family out.
You get to see the players hustle a lot, yet they make a lot of mistakes, but they are hustling, and for the amount of money you're talking about, they're giving as much effort as the major league players do, and it's nice to enjoy it.
Good deal. We're going to want to make our way. Thanks a lot, Brad, Phil. Appreciate it very much. Going to make our way up the stands here to talk to one more fella, and he is the man who is in charge of running the South Bend Silverhawks. And I'll tell you, I don't know, Stike, if we can see this. There's a hat. I'm the proud owner of a new South Bend Silverhawks hat. And here's the man who gave it to me. Give me a feel for what impact you think the strike will have on minor league baseball, specifically here.
Nothing but a positive impact, I don't think. I mean, minor league baseball is alive and well, especially in South Bend, Indiana, and there's over 150 cities in this country that you can see minor league baseball in, so don't be afraid. If you can't watch it on TV and can't go to the big league games, just find the nearest minor league park and go out and have a ball.
As the general manager of this team, tell me why we should come out here. Does it cost less?
Oh, it definitely costs less. The whole family can come out here for much, much less than they can go to the major league games for. It's a lot of fun. A lot of kids are here, and it's just a great time for the entire family. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg, and you can come to 10 or 12 games a year instead of just 1 or 2 games a year.
I'm going to come back to you, John, in just a second. But first of all, I want to take a look out on the field right now. In this ball game, we're in the 3rd inning. The Hawks are up 2-1. It's been an exciting evening. We've got more people who are in the stands and don't seem to care that there is a Major League Baseball strike. I see 2 ladies over there, and I'm going to try to make my way down. Excuse me, let me sneak around you there, fella, if I can. There's a Major League Baseball strike on. Did you know that?
Vaguely.
But you're South Bend Silverhawks fan.
Actually, we're from California.
Well, what are you doing here?
We're San Francisco Giants fans, actually.
But this will do in a pinch?
Yeah, it's been fun.
What is it like coming to a minor league ball game?
I love minor league ball. I think it's great. I wish I lived near a minor league team. Instead, I live near the Mets, and you know what that's like these days.
You're up close and personal with this action. Is that better than going to a major league?
Because you can see the players, you can actually get to know what they look like, and get to know who they are. You can get their autographs. At the Mets, you can do that, but it's a lot harder.
Good deal. Let's get to another one here. The Major League strike. Do you have an opinion here in the minor league ballpark? Whoa, what? We got some action here. I don't know. Oh, it's a home run. Hey, I don't know if we got that or not, but Major League Baseball may have the rights to all the Major League games, but here in South Bend, Indiana, we've got the rights to this ball game, and we just saw a home run on the part of, well, let's see, I'm not sure who that was. Find out who that was, David. Number 34 just hit that home run. Exciting as Major League ball?
We're glad to be here because we were on vacation. We were in Wrigley on Friday wanting to take in some old parks, intended to be in Detroit Stadium tonight. Can't be. And I think maybe this is a more pure form of baseball than we've seen in a long time. So I'm enjoying it.
Well, you'll have the last word on it. I thank you very much for your thoughts. Excitement in minor league baseball. We're here in the Midwest League at the Stanley Coveleski Field in South Bend, Indiana, where we can report on the score. The South Bend Silverhawks 5 and the Kane County Cougars 1. We'll get back to you. I'll let you know how the final turned out. For now, I'm Jeff Flock, CNN, reporting live from South Bend, Indiana.
All right, Jeff, thanks. Well, who needs Major League Ball? Gosh,
That's right.
That home run.
Don't tell these fans out here that there's no joy in Mudville. In fact, the minor leaguers are going to take major advantage of the strike.
The grass definitely looks greener in the minors right about now. Maybe it's because players seem less concerned about how much green they make. Willie Brown's a good example. A 4th-round draft pick of the Marlins, this is his 3rd season in A-ball, where salaries are small, but dreams are lofty.
If I make it, it'll be a childhood dream come true. If I don't, baseball will have given me, a head start on life. A pretty good outlook on everything. A taste of what the real world is, but from a fantasy perspective.
From a business perspective, which hovers above the field, some local companies aren't missing the majors at all. Midwest Embroidery in South Bend has seen their minor league merchandise batting average rise by 500%.
I think we welcome the strike because I think that's going to help us with our minor league baseball business going into next year. If this strike continues, I think the only game in town is going to be minor league.
It's already the only game. And as for merchandise, fans seem more to favor minor league baseball caps rather than Major League's salary cap.
We pulled this out today because there seems to be a lot more renewed interest in the minor leagues because there's a lot of disenchantment with the major leagues by the fans.
Back on the field, players aren't crying foul about the attention they're getting or their love of the game.
But I think it makes the minor leagues look a little better because we aren't making any money whatsoever, and we're still playing every day and playing the game that we love.
We're here trying to make it to the big leagues, and if we make it, it'll pay off. You know, but if not, we're still doing something we love doing.
As we said, this is a doubleheader. The first game wrapped up. We're here with one young fan, Billy. Billy, what was the score of that first game?
Silverhawks won 6-5.
Thanks a lot, Billy. That reminds me of a rather infamous Red Sox one, Bill Buckner, a real favorite of the boy who grew up in the shadow of the Green Monster, Jack Nolan. He has all the officialdom that happened regarding the strike today. Jack?
You know, Tom, when we met, the first two words you said